Today, you're about to see the greatest performances of the century, delivered by actors who have already secured their place among the best in history. In record time, these performers have revolutionized the industry and left an everlasting mark on cinema. So sit back and get ready, because today, on Cine Prime, the 15 greatest acting performances of the century. Number 15, Hilary Swank in $1 Million Baby. For this role, the actress gained 10 kilograms of pure muscle and fully embodied a boxer determined to achieve her dreams. Swank delivers a heartbreaking performance, pouring her soul into a character whose journey deeply moves the audience. Though she hasn't had many major roles since, she proved her talent and dedication in a way that remains truly admirable.
Don't you say that if it ain't true. I want a trainer.
Number 14, Joaquin Phoenix in Joker. His portrayal of Gotham's iconic villain is a masterclass in transformation and emotional depth. Phoenix doesn't just play the character, he takes us through his evolution from Arthur Fleck to the feared Joker. His performance is the perfect blend of vulnerability and madness, keeping us on edge and making us reflect on the fragility of the human mind. While he may not be the best Joker ever, as we'll see later, he distinguished himself by portraying a more fragile, mentally ill version of the character, leaving an unforgettable mark on cinema.
You get
I don't think so.
when you cross a mentally ill loner with a society that abandons him and treats him like trash.
Call the police,
I'll
Gene.
tell you what you get.
Number 13, Willem Dafoe in The Lighthouse. Honestly, Robert Pattinson could have easily taken this spot too, as both actors deliver phenomenal performances in this film. However, Dafoe stands out as the stronger actor. The movie follows two men assigned to maintain a lighthouse for several months, only for both to slowly descend into madness. Dafoe's performance is absolutely mesmerizing, capturing an intense, deranged character who has lost all touch with reality. His portrayal is unsettling, raw, and utterly unforgettable.
Annie! Let Neptune strike ye dead, Winslow! Hark!
Number 12, Leonardo DiCaprio in The Wolf of Wall Street. As Jordan Belfort, DiCaprio delivers an outrageously charismatic performance, embodying the excess, greed, and lack of morality that define the character. He portrays a man who appears successful on the surface, but is internally collapsing due to addiction, relationship failures, and reckless behavior. His boundless energy and ability to balance comedy with drama create pure cinematic magic, cementing this performance as one for the ages.
Piece of shit! What? Brad! Brad!
Number 11, Adrien Brody in The Pianist. Playing real-life Polish musician Władysław Szpilman, Brody immerses us in the horrors of the Holocaust with an emotionally devastating performance. His commitment to the role is undeniable, portraying the suffering, resilience, and fragile hope of a man trying to survive unimaginable circumstances. The raw emotion he conveys leaves a lasting impression, making this one of the most moving performances of the century.
Jura.
Number 10, Mathew McConaughey in Dallas Buyers Club. As Ron Woodroof, a man diagnosed with AIDS in the 1980s, McConaughey delivers a fearless and transformative performance. His dramatic weight loss was just the beginning. What truly stands out is his ability to portray the desperation, determination, and humanity of his character. This role not only earned him an Oscar, but also solidified his status as one of the finest actors of his generation. Number 9, Natalie Portman in Black Swan. Portman plays a dedicated ballerina who lands a demanding role, pushing herself to the brink of physical and mental collapse. Her performance brilliantly captures the psychological deterioration of a performer consumed by perfection. The intensity and raw emotion she brings to the role won her a well-deserved Oscar, making this one of the most unforgettable performances in film history. Number 8, Ellen Burstyn in Requiem for a Dream. Portraying Sarah Goldfarb, an aging woman who spirals into addiction, Burstyn delivers a gut-wrenching performance. Her ability to depict the slow descent into desperation and madness is nothing short of breathtaking. She perfectly balances Sarah's vulnerability and strength, taking the audience on an emotional journey that is both haunting and unforgettable.
I just wanted to be on the show.
What's her name?
We think it's Sarah.
Number 7. J.K. Simmons in Whiplash. As the ruthless music instructor Terence Fletcher, Simmons delivers a performance that is both terrifying and captivating. His sheer intensity and relentless pressure on his students create some of the most gripping scenes in modern cinema. The chemistry between Simmons and Miles Teller, who plays Andrew the young drummer, is electric, keeping audiences on edge. This role earned Simmons a well-deserved Oscar and solidified his place in cinematic history.
Then why the fuck didn't you say so?
Number 6. Toni Collete in Hereditary. Playing a grieving mother, Collete delivers a performance of pure anguish, fear, and emotional devastation. She embodies psychological torment like few others, elevating the entire film with her intensity. Despite being a recent performance, it has already earned a place among the greatest in horror history, proving Collette's unmatched ability to convey deep emotional pain.
Don't you swear at me, you little shit! Don't you ever raise your voice at me! I am your mother!
Number 5. Christoph Waltz in Inglorious Bastards. As Hans Landa, Waltz creates one of the greatest villains in cinema history. His performance is a masterclass in complexity, charm, and menace. To prepare for the role, he mastered 4 languages: English, French, German, and Italian. But his most impressive feat is how he builds unbearable tension with nothing but a smile and polite conversation. His chilling presence dominates every scene, making him the true star of the film.
You're sheltering enemies of the state, are you not?
Number 4. Javier Bardem in No Country for Old Men. We've talked about this character many times, and for good reason. It's the most realistic portrayal of a psychopath ever put to screen. Bardem perfectly captures the eerie detachment, lack of empathy, and calculated menace of Anton Chigurh. Without raising his voice or resorting to theatrics, he exudes an overwhelming sense of danger, making this the finest performance of his career. Number 3. Naomi Watts in Mulholland Drive. One of my favorite films, featuring one of the greatest performances in history. Watts plays 2 vastly different characters. One is cheerful and innocent, while the other is desperate and broken. She portrays both with such mastery that they feel like entirely separate people. This role launched her career and solidified her as one of the most versatile and naturally gifted actresses of all time.
Are going to be...
Number 2. Heath Ledger in The Dark Knight. Now we've reached the greatest Joker performance ever put to screen. Ledger completely disappeared into the role, fully embodying chaos and unpredictability even off-set. His haunting laugh, eerie mannerisms, and chilling presence redefined the character, earning him a posthumous Oscar. This performance didn't just steal the film, it became legendary.
You have nothing!
Number 1. Daniel Day-Lewis in There Will Be Blood. Not just the best performance of the century, but possibly of all time. Day-Lewis delivers an awe-inspiring portrayal of a man consumed by greed and ambition. Every scene is infused with raw intensity and psychological depth, making it impossible to look away. His commitment to the role was so extreme that it took a serious toll on his mental health. This performance won him an Oscar and cemented him as one of the greatest actors in history.
Say it louder! I've abandoned my child! I've abandoned my child! I've abandoned my boy!
That wraps up the list. Subscribe and leave a like if you want a follow-up video on the greatest female performances of all time. See you next time.